Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
What's up, interweb?
Wow. Showing your age there, buddy.
The World Wide Web. That's why every address has to start with www.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a world we live in. Go on to www.com.
Can you imagine? There used to be like classes at the Learning Annex, like how to get online.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because people were like, I don't know. Like, well, you got to buy a computer.
It was weird to be like 6 years old when Y2K happened. Because I would love to, like, I should watch a documentary on that just because I was six, going on 7. So I don't know what the fuck what Y2K was about.
There was an underlying sense of dread, but I think most of us, I don't think any of us, I can only speak for myself, but for myself, I didn't really think that was a possibility. Like, the idea of the world ending and everything crashing, just didn't make any sense to me. It felt like that was, you know what I mean? I didn't think it was going to happen. And my dad bought like a compound in like middle of nowhere, Minnesota, because he.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, no shit. Hey, you still have that? I could use that. But he like stocked up on guns. I had like goats and chickens and ducks, and he was ready for the Y2K, man.
Damn.
I know. And I'm like,
seems kind of strange, but yeah.
But hey, you know what? Knowing what I know now, I would love nothing more than to be at that compound.
You're like, Dad, why'd you do that? And he's like,
because I'm wild, yeah.
Welcome to episode 207. Good Lord, man. At least turn your mic off.
No.
Anyway, thank you for tuning in to this jam-packed episode.
Thank you for tuning in to this jam-packed episode. How much time? How much was it?
2.5. Well, not even 2.5 minutes.
That's pretty good. Usually it's like 30 seconds. Have we sworn yet?
Pretty sure we have.
Well, fucking A, we might as well. Come on.
I love the idea of someone that could be curious about this show, not see the E on the episode and just be like, well, 2.5, not even 3 minutes in, fucking A. Yeah, so we actually have a movie to talk about today.
Do we?
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just pissed my pants.
I got a couple
let's do this.
I found a Macho Man soundboard online. So I was a little excited about it. Because my son, I made the mistake of doing the Macho Man Randy Savage voice around my son. So now when we're playing and we're wrestling around, he wants to do the Macho Man shows up. So now it's like an alter ego for him.
Yeah, well, whose fault is that?
I don't know who to blame. Would it be me? Yeah. Or the Macho Man Randy Savage.
All right.
You hate that I'm good at it.
No, we have a soundboard. So
that was a good one. Yeah, I beat you on that one, man.
You got me.
Listen, you ever been like singing a song along?
You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, guy.
And somebody's like, oh, who sings that? And you're like, da-da-da. And they're like, let's keep it that way.
Oh, it's a good fucking impression.
Have you ever heard it? Let's keep it that way.
Hey, Macho Man. Hold on. Oh, I wonder who it could be at this hour. Now he's walking to the door. Oh, hi. Hey, how's it going, Randy? Oh, Jesse, how you doing? Yeah. See, look at that.
Hey, this John Gruden in here, man, and I'm just hanging out with you guys.
You couldn't even go like Hulk Hogan.
I'm just hanging out with you guys. You guys are the wildest, man.
No, fuck Hulk Hogan.
I'll tell you what, man.
This show is a famously
Let's do this.
Anti-Hulk Hogan show.
Yeah, fuck Hulk Hogan.
True. Tyler, back to what we've been doing the last few weeks. We're starting the show with it. It's a long box. Yeah, it is. I started last week, Tyler. So you have the floor.
So, I thought about what I wanted to do this week, and I just picked it up again. I'm about halfway through. I go to a book club every month, and it's really fun. And one of the things is I don't read enough, so a book club is great because every month you have a book that you're supposed to read. So I don't have to pick out a book. And most of the books, it's called the book club we're in. It used to be called something else, but now it's called Just Trust Me. And the guy who runs it is he picks like really out there, not mainstream books, like books that challenge a lot, you know. And
I think you talked about it on the show, but there was like a horror book that you read that was like, it was a LGBTQ book, but
yeah,
it was like a
there was a book called
I wish I would have written it down because I wanted to read it.
Kill Your Gaze, I think it was called.
Oh, okay.
But it was a
you talked about it on the show. Kill Your Gaze. Yeah, I just couldn't
something
remember.
like that.
Yeah,
I remember the cover more than anything, but it was about a gay FX. Yeah,
I've been reading. I want to read that.
It's interesting.
Cool.
It's interesting. The weird thing about it is the twist that happens. You're like, oh, cool, and then you're like, I have like 100 pages left. Oh, that wasn't the twist.
Oh.
And there I go, hurting my neck again, doing that stupid neck thing. Hey, you know what? Hey, that's the worst. Okay. This week,
Dennis Miller. What are you doing here?
That's the worst defense I've seen since Hannibal came over the Alps and elephants, babe.
Problem is, that was funnier than anything he's ever said.
I know.
He's a fucking hack. I don't know why anybody likes Dennis.
I know. Yeah, how are you supposed to defend that? You're supposed to put troops up on the Andes and like, oh, you can't come. Oh, stop. No. Anyway. So the book we're doing this month is called Harriet Tubman Live in Concert by Bob the Drag Queen. Now, Bob the Drag Queen is an internet personality.
I think
he won a season of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, you're fine.
He was on the most recent season of The Traitors.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where I heard.
Oh, The Traitors. Like I thought you
The
said
show.
Traitors like Trader Joe.
No,
Traitors.
with Alan Cummings.
Traitors.
On Peacock.
Yeah, I hear traders and I think traders I'd like to trade things. Like, no.
It's a good show. I recommend it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's where I heard from him.
I
heard of him.
Yeah. I think I have a did I give you those?
Yeah, I'm wearing some beads right now. That Tyler
from my Florida trip?
From the clowns. Anyway, you're sidetracked. What Harriet Tubman Live in Concert? What is it? So
I'm like,
I
okay,
laughed
this
when
is
you said it.
Well, it's interesting because it's like, what the hell is this? So I open up the jacket, and the synopsis is, it's called The Return in mainstream media, and what it is all of these random historical figures have been coming back to life in modern day.
Huh. Okay.
One of them is Harriet Tubman, and she wants to make an album. And she's got a band, and she's ready to go, but she needs a producer. And so she contacts this guy, Darnell, who is kind of a fallen producer. At one point, he was really big in the scene and had mainstream success. And then something happened. It's not really said what, but something happens that causes him to fall. And so when we meet him, he's questioning himself, why is Harriet Tubman? You know. And the producer is black, so it's important to the story because I don't think a white narrator would have been able to pontificate upon the things that the narrator does in this book, being a black man and also being a gay black man. So it's a really interesting book. I'm not a big fan of books that try to incorporate music, even though the book I wrote does, because you write music and you're like, you want to have parts where there's lyrics and you want to write something, but you can tell that the author either A, never wrote something that they had to sing, or they don't really know. If you ask them like how it sounds, they wouldn't know.
It is hard to convey that as a song.
Right. Do you do it in quotation marks? Do you do it?
I say as a reader?
Do you cut the paragraph and have like a bold face in the middle? What?
I like it when it's just like it's kind of its own like You know, like when it's its own like margined.
Separate.
And italicized.
Separate from
like
the
that
text.
Because that
Separated,
excites me as a reader.
Yeah.
Because I understand where the story is going, and I also understand that, okay, it's italicized, it's in a different style, it's not a typical paragraph. It's like, okay, so this is meant to be something different than what I'm used to reading.
Right.
Like, it keeps you on your toes.
But it's not in there that much.
I read a book recently
that's a small criticism.
Sorry.
You're okay.
I'm trying to make it conversational. I'm trying to have a conversation.
What about the book you just read?
No, I know what you mean in a sense of like I recently read a book that
was it by Joe
has
Hill?
a lot of it was by Grady Hendrix, who's my new Joe Hill now because I've been reading all his books.
That's a good guess.
I just talked about one of his books last week. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
But anyway, the book We Sold Our Souls is the one that I was talking about. That incorporates like it's big on music, like that's a huge thing of its narrative. And as much as I love the music in it, so much so that I'm like, fuck, I kind of want to get back to making music. That's how good it was. It was still like, man, this would hit so much harder if I could just hear it. You know what I mean?
Well, my idea was to release the book along with a soundtrack that has at least 4 of the songs that are mentioned in the book. The problem is that I have the main character is a girl who, you know, can do some crazy shit with her voice, and I don't know anybody like that or who would be. Anyway, point is,
I've been meaning to
matter.
read your book.
Yeah,
finish it.
Yeah,
so I've had it for like 2 years.
Yeah,
3 years.
But it's a small criticism because it doesn't happen that often. What I think if you're listening to my voice right now and you are not a black person, I think you need to read a lot. And you need to ingest and educate yourself a lot if you haven't already. I was on Twitter the other day and some dumb motherfucker was talking about how he thinks the Tulsa massacre is fake. Like no, the reason why you never heard about it is because they never wanted us to know about it.
It was covered up.
Because it was fucking awful what they fucking did.
And the repercussions are still felt hundreds of years later.
And
or over
this entire book is this person from our time who... The experience of being black in today's world, come to find out through the book, is not that much different than the experience that Harriet Tubman and her all the people she's with in her band are from her time as well. So a lot of them are escaped slaves. The keyboard player is a guy named Quakes, who's a Quaker. So he was like, you know, an abolitionist at the time. But a lot of it so far is him asking her questions about like to get the real story, because there's stories we know about Harriet Tubman, but he has a chance to actually ask her, right? So that's pretty special, and the people around her have been with her for a long time, so they're able to answer questions too if she's not around, and she's very quick and to the point, and she intimidates him and everything. And what happens is he's trying to talk to her and kind of get an idea of like what they want to do for the music side, how they want to impart what because Harriet Tubman wants to tell the black people of today, she wants to give them a message, is basically what she's saying. And the thing is, again, the producer has something that happened to him that we don't know about. Now it's pretty much early on that we know that we find out that he's a gay man. Which anybody in America will know that being a gay man who's black is like having an little extra black salted on. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus, like you got double minority there. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Been a line in a movie that I've seen. It's awful that it is that way. But he's a gay black man, but he's closeted, and it starts kind of come out like what happened and everything. And I've just gotten to the point where Harriet has said, I'm not working with you anymore until you tell me why you're not free. My whole life's mission has been to help others be free that don't know freedom. And you're not free. You're being held back by something. What is it? But also, the reason why I'm telling you about all that other stuff is because I think people forget what it's like to... Our country was founded on the bondage of an entire group of people. And whether we like it or not, as white Americans, it is a white American's creation, so it has to be helped. White Americans have to help dissolve those bonds that are still around us. Ask any black person in America if they truly feel free. I'm willing to bet a lot of them would say no, especially nowadays. And I think it's really important that we don't forget that, like, I want us to understand that there is an experience out there of people that you may not know if you're not black. And I urge you to educate yourself and just read and read and read and read and read the stories as told by the people who lived them. Read about that shit. Be affected by it. And then go out and be a better fucking human being.
And realize how fucking privileged you really are.
Yeah, and then go out and be a better fucking human being to everybody else, not just black Americans, Latino Americans, ladies. Shit, we haven't even talked about genders and trans and gay. And
you think it's a good time to try and have a second child in this fucking country?
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. So the
point is that the book is good.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Like I said, Harriet Tubman live in concert. I have, but the book is. Are you looking for like a book that's going to change your life? I don't know, but it's definitely made me think a lot about another side of history that I know a lot more than other Americans. Like, I know all the dirty fucking laundry that America's tried to put away because I've been in that shit.
Yeah.
I've been in the, the just under the surface of the mainstream, like not quite radical, but close. And like the anarchist cookbook type shit.
And you have common sense and you have eyeballs.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You can see the bullshit that this country still puts people, puts minorities,
and as
puts trans people
as a thinking
through.
American, and as a logical thinking American who understands the Constitution of my fucking country, I know that the people in power right now are pissing all over that document, no matter what they fucking tell you in their political ads. All right,
but my eggs.
Yeah, fucking whatever, dude.
But my eggs.
Now I'm done ranting. I'm done.
Can I bring the mood
Thanks
back up before I pull it back down?
Right.
When I start ranting about.
Go check it out.
Yeah. Let's go the complete opposite direction. So Sunday night, my wife and I were just hanging out and
let's talk about a bigot, Walt Disney. Just kidding.
So
I'm just kidding.
We were hanging out and
but he was a bigot.
Normally we would just play Baldur's Gate 3, but we're like, maybe let's change it up a little bit. Let's watch a movie or something. We'd already watched Predator on Friday. I was almost tempted to watch it again because that movie, spoiler alert for our review.
Oh, the newer one?
Fucking rules.
I almost watched the old one after I watched the new one.
Anyway, we'll talk about that later. So we're just kind of perusing, and I saw Sky High, and I said this movie, now if you're not familiar, this movie came out in 2005, starring
Kurt Russell.
I'm sorry, my dog was being a pain in the butt upstairs. Kelly Preston is his wife.
Right. Forgot.
And then I was reminded that she passed away. I was like, oh, damn. Because I said, as a joke,
she did.
I said, Kelly Preston can get it.
4 or 5 years ago?
I said, she can get it. Like that, as a joke.
Remember she was in Twins?
She said, and then Ashley goes, R.I.P. I was like, oh, shit.
Twins. Don't you remember Twins? She was Arnold's love interest.
It's a fever dream.
Because
I've seen like bits. I've only seen like some scenes of that movie. I've not actually seen it all the way
almost said
through.
Johnny DeVito. Danny DeVito.
Hey, I'm Johnny DeVito. Danny's brother.
Tommy's brother and Danny's cousin. The guy who plays for the Giants. The Giants.
The New York football
Go Giants. Hey, go Giants. Why?
Fuck.
Why are we doing?
What are we doing?
Danny DeVito has a girlfriend, and her sister, once they find Arnold and rope him into their scheme, and she gets, because it's Arnold and he's fucking stood, man.
So this movie came out.
My pillows are lumpy.
This movie came out 20 years ago. You want to feel old? This movie came out for people my age.
How do the effects hold up?
Not at all. It looks like shit. It looks real bad. So
isn't it a high school in the sky?
Yeah. So what's so funny about it is I chuckle because I watched that movie a lot because I had it. I didn't have cable or anything like that for a long time, so we just had a bunch of DVDs.
Same. We had tapes. So we did the same thing.
Yeah, so I'd watch Sky High a shit ton.
I could fucking recite Beverly Hills Cop and Ghostbusters to you verbatim right now.
Probably, yeah. With that's how I feel about this movie. And so, but I joked and let's watch Sky High. And then Ashley goes, "Don't talk shit. This movie's underrated." And I was like, and then that's when I reminded my wife. I'm like, "Babe, I watched this shit. Like I had this on DVD, watched it way too much." And then I said to her, I go, "You want to talk about a sexual awakening?" 13-year-old Jake saw Mary Elizabeth Winstead in that movie and had himself an awakening. And then she made a joke. She was funny enough. I had an awakening too. And then she mentions this other dude whose character's name is Warren Peace. Warren.
What actor was it?
I don't remember. I don't know his name. I don't think he's in shit anymore. But
he's
anyway,
in the shit. What shit are we talking?
And she's like, "It's because he's the bad boy." And I was like, "It's just funny." But it is a movie that the effects do not hold up. But you know what? I didn't realize how the imprint of Kids in the Hall was on this movie because
really
was Mike Mitchell a part of
2005 film directed by Mike Mitchell.
Time out. Was Mike Mitchell involved with
directed by Mike Mitchell?
Yes. Was he a part of Kids in the Hall?
No.
Okay. I just want to be clear on that because Dave Foley's in it. And another dude from Kids in the Hall.
Well, I'm going to look up the cast.
Who plays like the supervillain mad scientist teacher. He's also in it.
Okay, was the character named Will Theodore Stronghold that she had a crush on?
No, it was. Let me see it. I'll show you.
Hang on, no.
I could it's Warren Peace.
Stephen Strait.
Warren Peace. Stephen Strait, is he in anything else?
He is, I don't know.
So my wife can
ogle
him.
No, he's best known as Warren Peace.
Oh, that's awesome.
Linda Carter, Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell is the
Kevin Heffernan from fucking
He's the bus driver?
Super Troopers.
He's the bus driver.
Cloris Leachman, Dave Foley's Mr. Jonathan
the cast
Boy.
is crazy in this movie.
Kevin McDonald is Professor Medulla.
Yeah.
He was
So anyway,
Tom Kenny and Jill Talley.
Yeah.
They were on Mr. Show.
And then Jim Rash is in it, too.
Yeah.
He plays the underling for Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character. He's like her henchman. And this movie is shot so weird because it's like intentionally like Silver Age, like over-the-top cheesiness of superheroes, but also is trying to get the teen audience that this movie's targeted to because it's in high school. And so you have this like pop, punk, covers of 80s songs throughout this movie.
Great.
And the effects, like I said, are not good at all. And there's some, again,
and you know there are some because it's about superheroes.
Yeah, and again, sitting watching it for the 30,000th time, I keep in awe at the cast in this movie because I'm like, why is there so many? And I think because there are so many comedic characters or comedic actors in it that I think
Patrick Warburton's voice appears in it.
Oh, I can't remember.
It's Mary Elizabeth's alter ego.
Yeah.
Royal Pain.
Royal Pain. Oh, my God.
I'm guessing that at some point she is masquerading. And then it's understood that she was her all the time.
It's even dumber than that. Can I just... you're not
going
to watch this movie?
Nope.
Nope,
I am. And I'd rather you didn't bore the shit out of
me. So, Tyler, let me ask you this. Because this movie, watching it again 20 years later as an adult,
tell us.
Man, they were real obvious with their choices. Like, when you hear the name The Pacifier, or I can't remember if it was pacifier or pacifier gun or whatever, but it's called the pacifier. What's the thing that you think that gun does? We're in a superhero universe. Anything's possible.
It probably calms people down. Because it pacifies you. Does it shoot pacifiers?
Because it's funny you say that because I would have thought that you meant a baby. So the gun turns people into babies.
Okay.
So her big plan is to
Still kind of dumb.
So she got defeated, and they took her gun.
Who did?
The Jetstream and Commander, the Stronghold family.
Okay.
Those two, the whole thing is Will's parents. He's struggling. It's a metaphor for puberty, obviously. He hasn't got his powers, and he goes to high school, and he becomes a sidekick. He doesn't become a superhero. He gets put with all of his friends in the sidekick stuff, and the whole thing is he finally gets his powers, and he's super strong like his dad, And what I don't know. I don't need to explain this.
About the Mary Elizabeth Winstead and the royal pain.
I'll get to
that.
I'll get to that. So they fight her, and he goes and shows the trophy room, but he points at different, trophies from the fights they've had. But this is the only one that gets a flashback when he goes to the pacifier. So I'm like, well, clearly that's the plot device. So he goes, yeah, I never know what it did. And they don't know what happened to Royal Pain after this fight. That's the plot twist. Mary Elizabeth Winstead grew back into a teenage woman from being... So Royal Pain got turned into a baby, then grew into a woman again. Went to this high school.
Yeah, I read a little bit.
Had Jim Rash be her fake dad.
Yeah, I read a little bit. I don't need...
Romance Will Stronghold.
Okay.
To get the gun back, to then turn everybody that wronged her into babies. That's the movie.
Who's going to change all those diapers?
And you know what the ending joke of this was for her character? Is she goes, I went through puberty twice for this. And I'm like, that's how we want to end her character's arc. That all being said, I wanted to go back to this. I think because there are so many comedic actors in this that I've seen and stuff, I think I give this movie a lot more leeway because they're trying something. Like they're having fun. Like Dave Foley is just being Dave Foley in this movie, and that dude's funny as shit. Bruce Campbell is just Bruce Campbell in this, and he's great.
You want to know some interesting trivia about Dave Foley?
Yeah, he had a nasty divorce, didn't he?
Yes.
That's why he had to keep taking roles like this.
He couldn't even go back to Canada. They would have arrested him as soon as he set foot over the border. I
need to read up on that.
I believe it's been resolved at this point.
But that's why he took so many roles.
He couldn't even see his own kids.
That's why he had to keep working. Damn.
To make money to pay that back before he went back to Canada. Isn't that fucked up?
That's fucked.
Like, what kind of lawyer did you have,
and what
man?
kind of person would do that to someone? I mean, I get being upset with the other person and wanting to break up, but Jesus Christ, man. There's got to be a line. So let's move on to
settlement
news.
was probably done when he was in the Kids in the Hall and actually making some cash. And after that got canceled, he's like, I can't afford it. And like, well, we're not going to change it. I'm like, fuck.
How much? Yeah. Let's get into the news.
Let's get into the news. Don't give me the blues. Just give me the news, motherfucker.
Capitalism is up my ass.
Capitalism is up my butt, and I don't like it one bit.
No, thank you. All right, so Tyler, I love novelty popcorn buckets.
Oh yeah,
just like anyone.
I am excited.
Even I.
Yes.
Have a Venom head popcorn bucket.
I have a couple of. I don't have any.
I have a Hulk fist.
I don't have any of the
popcorn
buckets like that. The only thing I have is a couple of collectible tins from Wakanda Forever and another one.
But that bucket that I bought was $25, which is the most I would have paid for it. I'm not the jackass that is going to buy this popcorn bucket that I'm about to talk about, because you know he exists out there. An $80 Galactus popcorn bucket exists for the Fantastic Four.
Those are $80?
$80. 80.
No, I'm not buying that after all.
And I'm telling you,
I thought that was really cool. And now
I'm
that
double checking on this, but from what I saw, it was $80.
No fucking way, man. Eat a big.
But that's what I mean. I'm going to be pissed at the guy that buys that, because you know what? Because it takes just one. It just takes one guy to buy it, and then Disney can justify that bullshit, or AMC, or whoever controls that shit can justify that. Like the Wolverine popcorn bucket was funny, and that wasn't like overly priced. Oh, I'm pulling it up on AMC's website. The Fantastic Four First Step Galactus LED popcorn bucket. LED popcorn bucket.
Oh, it's LED. I still don't care. It's
why the no? But why do you need an LED popcorn bucket? You lunatic! His eyes light up, and it's like, is it even then? His eyes lighting up. It doesn't even look good. The pictures they're showing of it are not quality that screams $80. You always wonder when these trends happen.
You gotta be. So there's not even like a non-LED version.
It's all $80. That's it. That's all you get.
Bullshit.
But this is what I mean. We are at the level where the inflation in this country is insane. It costs, if you have a family to go to the movies, it's going to cost you maybe close to $100 to go to the fucking movie theater. And then you're selling $80 popcorn buckets. And you expect us to have any sort of sadness if a movie fails at the box office or the box office crumbles. Because you pull shit like this, man. Like, what's the purpose of that? Yeah, you could use it as a centerpiece later, but it doesn't even look good.
I don't care that much. You know what?
You looked at it, right? It looks like
shit. No,
I've
seen it.
It looks like shit.
That was me getting pissed.
I'm sorry. I'm a little keyed
You
up
need
on
to
it.
calm down because I need to comment on this now. I need to rant.
Fuck you.
No, I remember when I randomly, I think, scrolling through Twitter and I saw a picture of it and I was like, that looks really cool. There's another Fantastic Four one. I think it's a thing hand there's another one. A fist?
Probably a thing fist. I don't know.
I don't know if it's Silver Surfer related, I think. But look that up while I'm doing this. I thought it looked really cool, and I was like, yeah, I want to get that. I mean, if it's cool looking enough. And Galactus is one of my favorite Marvel characters. I don't know if you've noticed that from 200 friggin' episodes. But I like him.
I think it's just the Galactus one.
Okay. Maybe I could have been wrong.
Oh, there's a Herbie concession vessel?
Oh, yeah. How much is that?
Is that a popcorn bucket?
You can hold popcorn and 2 drinks in it. That looks neat, but I'll bet you that's easy $80. Anyway, the point is that...
Oh, my God, I'm pissed. I don't know why I'm pissed, but this is making me angry. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's... It's almost like movie theaters are like Major League Baseball. How can we give people a reason not to pay attention or to come out and support us?
And this thing is huge.
You know how much it costs?
You're sitting with a giant Galactus head on your fucking crotch.
On your dick.
On your dick or pussy, I don't know. And
wow.
It's just, well, I don't want to discriminate.
That's true. we have it's true.
I mean, it's a majority male audience, but, there's maybe some women that listen to it.
Occasionally.
God, it pisses me off.
Wow.
I don't know why.
You want to know why?
Because
it costs fucking $3.50 to fucking build and manufacture. That's why we're pissed. It costs $3.50, and you
just
jack it up.
Movie. Just go to the movie.
You jack it up to $79.95 for your fucking shareholders. Well, eat my shit, Disney. That does piss me. You know what sucks? In about 6 months, you're going to be able to buy it on eBay for $10.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So fuck it. Just wait.
What I mean.
Just wait until some asshole who spent $80 on it is like, I don't want this shit.
Why would I spend $80 on cheap fucking plastic? Because I guarantee you could touch that Hulk fist that I got over there. It's the same plastic. I guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like...
I built the
Why?
Fantastic Four Lego set, which, by the way, boo on the Mr. Fantastic.
How can I be
Lego.
more annoying at a movie theater? Let me put lights on my fucking popcorn bucket. Do you need a lighthouse to find someone when you're taking a piss? Can we just go to a movie?
You
By
know
the
what?
way, nobody's going to see it. You're going to be in the dark.
This isn't even the last rant. This isn't even the last one. This is just like the second or third out of 4.
I'm sorry.
I get you. Again, in 6 months you'll be able to buy it from some sucker on eBay who was like, I don't need this, and nobody fucking wants it as a collectible because it was stupid to begin with.
I get.
No, let me finish. While you do whatever, and while you piss, just piss in the
his face
sink.
is just beat red right now.
Just beat red. Listen, man, you're. I'm just gonna go see the movie.
Yeah, that should be
I'm
enough.
not gonna buy all that shit. Although it seems really cool to me. Look, you gotta understand that, like,
not for $80.
No.
Yeah. Again, if
I wouldn't even if you and I went halvesies, we still don't get drinks.
$40.
We still don't get drinks.
I guarantee you don't even get a refill.
One of us
you just get the bucket.
One of us
full
act
with
pregnant,
popcorn. And
in our bellies we'll have the sodas.
So the Venom head that I bought was like $25, and again, that to me is
was that for
if that Galactus head, if that bucket was that price, was $25 or something like that, fine, whatever. But the fact that it's $80 drives me insane, and the fact that it lights up, it pisses me off. The fact that the fucking Gladiator had like an AR when Gladiator 2 came out, there was a whole AR thing inside. It's a fucking popcorn bucket.
So
I'm sorry. I hope. Time out. I hope movie theaters crumble at this point.
Wow.
I hope they fucking go into dust because this is the shit that you deserve to go out of business for. Because this is stupid. Sorry.
I built the Fantastic Four Legos, and it's a giant Galactus. So if I really need a Galactus, and you know what? That was $60.
I'm sorry. I'm coming off a little hot about
fuck
it.
off, man.
I don't want people to feel bad if they buy it.
God, you are such a...
No, I'm more so mad at somebody that would buy it at that price. That's what I'm mad at.
Of course there's people who are going to buy it.
Buy it if it's $30. Buy it if it's $25
There's people who are going to buy it because they got the money. There are a lot of people with disposable income in this world
It's the same
somehow.
people that will justify video games being $80 now because that's what happens. That's what it was like when I was a kid. It's still cheaper than it was. But I'm like, the rate of income doesn't change. The rate of income has stayed the same, dumbass. So it's not the same. You're just going to make it worse for everybody else. So now every popcorn bucket's going to have fucking bells and whistles, and it's going to jerk you off and everything for $800.
How do you fucking really feel about this? Jeez.
At this point, I'm like, fuck you, AMC. And sorry, I'm shouting so much. And fuck you.
No, I don't mind. I just think it's funny you're so pissed
Because
about...
I'm 2 frames of mine because it does kind of look cool.
It does, doesn't it? Fucking assholes. Now we can't afford it. That's really why we're pissed.
That's really why I'm mad. Because I want it.
We're
but
not
I'm
really pissed
paying
about.
that
We're not really pissed about unchecked capitalism. No, we're mad because we can't afford this cool collectible.
We're saying I would pay this price if I made more money.
I want it. Where do I get that sweet, sweet disposable income that so many fucking people seem to have nowadays?
Yes, I can't.
I don't got it.
I can't wait to buy this for $20 on eBay.
No shit, dude.
I'll get
Seriously.
That's gonna be your birthday present. Spoiler alert.
Thanks, man. Sweet.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna try.
By the way, I looked up, no shit, total aside, but I looked up trips to New Zealand, flight and hotel included for next spring.
New Zealand.
I've always wanted to go to New Zealand, and it's about $2,000.
Are we going to where they film Lord of the Rings?
I'm not taking you.
Oh. I thought that was gonna be you asking me to.
I don't take trips with people. I'm pretty sure that if you spend more than 72 hours with me without any breaks, that people automatically like want to kill me. So I try to.
Whatever, man. Could have been a fun trip. Could have discovered ourselves in New Zealand.
Well, it would
we could have gone to Mordor.
Well, it would be.
We could have gone to Mordor.
It would have been $4,000 with 2 people because it's $12,000 per person.
Speaking of prices that annoy Jake,
Jesus.
that and this. Superman, we talked about the Superman Amazon Prime screenings. And so they went live.
Let's talk some more about prices.
More about unchecked capital. Theme of today's episode, fuck capitalism. Kind of rings true throughout because I'm going to rant about Marvel in a second too.
Oh, boy.
Are
we getting any books today?
So my frustration is I was looking it up because when we're recording this on June 10th. So Amazon, we mentioned previously about there are early screenings for Amazon Prime members who use Amazon Prime to purchase tickets through Fandango. So you're not watching it at home on Prime. You're going to see it in a movie theater. There's only one local theater that's doing it. And the ticket price, I think, was about $10 to $12 more than it regularly would have been.
It's about 22.
And keep in mind, this would have been a screening on a Tuesday, July 8th.
What
and
time
the movie
was it for?
7 p.m. It all
Also, Ankeny sucks ass.
this whole town? Jesus.
I fucking... Ankeny
I don't want to drive to Ankeny to see
Hell,
this.
dude,
Believe
it's
me,
like an extra 40 minutes for no fucking reason. It's the same as Des Moines.
I'd rather... So that's my point.
I'll stay in Des Moines.
So if this is the...
Take a flying leap, Ankeny.
Time out. In my defense, I've never been to this theater where these tickets are.
Just undeserved
because,
hate
again,
for a town.
it's a long way. There's no reason to do it because it's like like you said, it's almost an hour out of my way.
For you, it's like an hour, yeah.
Yeah, so there's so
Other
many,
side of Des Moines.
there's so many movie theaters that I could go to, so why would I go there? So I don't know if this is the normal price.
Dude, Dogma came out in theaters for like one night only last week, and the closest one was in fucking Cedar Rapids. We're Des Moines? Fuck you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't even get at the cinema one?
That's what I'm saying. The Fleur, which I think
Yeah.
closed. Didn't
it?
they close?
No, it was open when I was
Yeah,
open.
but nobody in Des Moines.
Yeah, you'd think.
Oh, I guess we're too religious to fucking put a movie that's hilarious.
You know why they didn't do it?
Because I'm wild, yeah.
Anyway. Anyway. So yeah, the only theater that was doing it was almost an hour out of my way. It's at 7 p.m. because it all has to be at 7 p.m. local time so
that nobody gets spoilers
or
internet, blah, blah, blah.
Well, that, and I'm sure the embargo goes up at that time too, like the review embargo.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, and I sit there and I'm looking at it, so I'm like, why the fuck would I pay almost an extra tickets worth? It was going to be like $50. And I know that's a normal ticket price where I live.
To be honest, if you and I went to movies at night, that's about how much it would cost us.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, because we do matinee, which is about $10.50, but
That's
I
what
think
I'm
it's like 17 to 18.
I've waited like 2 years for this, or however long he's been doing this. I've waited that long.
I can wait.
I can wait a
days.
few more days. Fuck that. I'm not going to spend the extra $10, $12 that it would be to see it early. So we're going to try and work that with schedule. We'll figure it out. Because I know there's a 2-week window where that comes out in Fantastic Four. But the point is we're not doing the early screenings. I'm a little annoyed because it's like I feel like just like when video game like College Football 26 is coming out and they're doing it the same thing they did last year where it's like you could spend $70 for this game or you could spend an extra $30 to play the game 3 days early. So you could play the game for $10 a day before you actually play the full game. Fuck you.
Oh, the singles thing I want to sign up for is like $30 a month, plus you have to pay a registration fee for each event.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's cheaper than a premium Tinder account.
You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, Gaina.
Let's talk about fun stuff. Let's talk about stuff that rocks.
One more thing.
Oh.
Immortal Thor died.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot about this.
I won't go too a little bit long in this.
We spent a lot of time on the popcorn bucket, dude.
Well, we're gonna
long time.
We're gonna glaze.
My fault too.
We're gonna glaze.
But we did.
Shut up.
No.
I'm trying to get to the fucking point, and you keep interrupting.
Also, and another thing.
Shut up. No.
Just as an aside, real quick.
Fuck you. No, yeah, because I want to talk about Predator.
Yeah.
So Marvel finally kills Immortal Thor, and I want to say this because we are gonna glaze Al Ewing later in this episode.
Glaze him? Wow, I don't know if he'll be excited about that.
There's two kinds of glaze.
Oh,
and I'm talking about both.
Wow. Look out, Al! Look out!
Fuck it. My point is, Marvel killed Thor, and spoilers, guess who kills Thor? Loki. And I'm saying Marvel because I don't think that's an Al Ewing decision because Al Ewing is too good of a writer to just do that. And if that is his choice, I'm like, why though? Why? Loki killing Thor? That's like Joker killing Batman. That's lame.
Well, we're gonna have a new Thor, which they're basically going back to the status quo of like the Don Blake shit.
Yeah,
again.
Probably.
Why?
It goes back to the thing when you constantly have these long running characters. It's like these character deaths don't mean shit. Mm-mm. They never have. And it bums me out.
You know what was
that they
cooler
keep
than
painting
that?
this as a big
when
deal.
Thor became unworthy.
Yeah.
That was a way cooler way to get rid of Thor and to introduce a new Thor.
And have her storyline.
And by the way, all of her, she had a bunch of the same things where she couldn't be without her hammer for like 60 seconds and type shit.
Yeah, because it was holding her.
But it was interesting and new. All you're trying to do is rehash Don Blake.
Unlike
give a fuck.
And unlike the Donald Blake thing, that the hammer was also
a stick.
Walking stick. What was causing the help? Like what the hammer was interacting with the cancer, like it was in the movie.
Oh, sure.
So like it was actually a important plot.
Yeah, it became even more than that. But I wasn't going to depress the fuck out of everybody, I guess.
So Tyler,
I bought all the Superman dies bullshit back in the day. We were talking about this off the air. The return of the Superman was actually a more entertaining storyline, and then the way that they brought Superman back was pretty neat. They also wasted Coast City in the process, like the entire city where Green Lantern lives, just gone.
So yeah,
gone, just gone.
You and I both
really.
You and I were both texting each other about it, and we're both like, well. This time next year, it'll be Thor Reborn.
Look, for a while,
it'll be back. It'll be Thor Reborn.
There were 3 deaths in the Marvel Universe. 4. I'm sorry. There were 4 deaths in the Marvel Universe that could never be retconned. and they were Gwen Stacy, Jean Grey, Adam Warlock, and Captain Marvel. Okay, the
Uncle
Kree
Ben.
dude who died of cancer.
Did you say Uncle Ben? Uncle Ben has not been brought back.
Okay, sure, 5. That's true. He's never even been attempted to be.
No.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Shh. They're listening. Oh, you know what we're going to do next year?
That's actually impressive. That to their credit, because they have brought
That's
Gwen
a
Stacy.
fair. Yes, they have.
brought
Yes, they fucking
Gwenpool.
have. Yes. Jean Grey. Listen, the way that they came up with the retcon of the death of Jean Grey was actually pretty brilliant, involving like the Phoenix Force. But you still went back on it. Marvel, as far as I know, has not come back, but Warlock has. Adam Warlock. So, Doctor Strange has died, Black Widow's died, Captain America's died, Hulk and She-Hulk have died multiple times. Johnny Storm, Human Torch has died. I mean, name a character, chances are they've died and come back. It doesn't hold shock value anymore.
It's true.
It doesn't, because we know that they're going to be back.
Thor Reborn next year. Dude.
And here's the other thing, is DC tried the same thing with Batman shortly after the Nightfall saga.
Azrael Batman.
Yeah. You know what? That was stupid, because it was like, so wait a second. So Bruce is just paralyzed? Well, it's comic books.
So
who's going to make him a damn exoskeleton?
Tyler, let's get happy.
Sure.
Let's
yeah,
talk
the point
about,
is, stop it.
Let's talk about a franchise that has been injected.
Let's talk about David Trachtenberg.
Dude. That dude.
Somebody had a meeting with him, and he was like, I know what we need to do with the Predator franchise. And they listened to what he had to say. And for some reason, a studio executive had a moment of clarity and heard him and said, my God, that's brilliant. And so far, he's given us 2 incredible fucking entries into the franchise that rival the original Predator movie and are far better than Predator 2.
Can I just say this? Can you and I, this is one of the cornerstones. Like, you want to talk about like pillars?
I was thinking about that last night when they were running the credits after I watched the movie.
It's
and
like
it
a
was
pillar
like
of our friendship.
David Trachtenberg, executive producer, directed by, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure he had something to do with Prey.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, he told somebody at a studio, like, this is what we need to do.
Yeah, he became the Kevin Feige of Predator.
He fully understands the character and the franchise, and he understands why it's cool and how to keep it cool. And somebody listened.
Dude.
Stranger things have happened.
Dude. This is what I'm saying. Like, RoboCop is a pillar. And you could really say mostly any 80s action movie, but I think
any 80s
Arnold specifically.
Yeah.
But I think Predator, because we literally did a fucking commentary track about Predator on this. We talked about Prey when it came out. Like, for you and I I have every. I need to get Prey. You and I are like. My point is like we're huge fucking Predator fans. I have every Predator movie except Prey, and they did become a physical release. So I was like, fuck yeah, I need to get it. But my point is this. Dude, we are fucking cooking right now as Predator fans. Like, we are so spoiled right now.
We're in the golden age.
Because November. There's another Predator movie in November.
I know.
We're cooking. And, dude, shout out to Disney for just letting this guy fucking do his own thing and just take this over.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm so into this shit, what he's doing. I would welcome another fucking AVP movie. I don't give a shit. I'd watch it.
Yeah,
Disney owns them. Disney owns both.
Let him do it, though.
Yes. Because I don't know what the fuck they're doing with an alien
Before we
franchise.
get into anything, we do need to mention that Prey and Killer of Killers is connected, but we're not telling you how. You got to watch the movie.
I want to just... Because... You could this movie works so well because just like any. So can I just let me just rewind this.
Do you want to do like
so? This is what's weird about because we've kind of gone into we've talked about a lot about how you and I feel about Predator. So, but I want to kind of just briefly.
And we clearly like this movie.
Yeah, we fucking loved it. So, but I want to briefly touch on this where it's crazy that the original creators of Predator. And that first movie, I've watched like the behind the scenes footage of that original movie so much of like just how thrown together this creature was.
Dude.
and how
they had Jean-Claude Van Damme first.
how underdeveloped that
And he's like,
that
you can't see me in the suit.
because what's natural about franchises, and you have other people reiterating on it and adding to it and making changes and adapting to it. With the original movies, that original couple movies fucked up in one way, where it was Predator 2 felt like it was still too attached to that first movie.
I tried watching that again the other day.
It's enjoyable. I'm sorry. There's some enjoyable scenes. I think
Within 5 minutes, they're in the bullpen at the cop station, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to see any of this nonsense 80s idea of what a cop's bullpen is like, because it ain't like that. And also, if you're going to go into the future, maybe do more than 5 years. Because, like, it came out in 89. It was like 1999.
It was 97.
Whatever.
Was the year. Yeah.
You know, like,
Well,
because it's only a couple years.
Because originally,
So we're going to have hover cars.
Time out. Because Danny Glover was added later.
The Predator 2.
Danny Glover was added later. You're right. Predator 2, I fucked up what I was going with that. Because
It's okay. Keep going.
No, because Predator is kind of the perfect franchise in a sense that none of these movies need to be connected at all.
Right.
Because every movie stands on its own because the creature, and like what I was saying is in the later movies, this movie especially.
Yeah.
And what he's trying to be doing in Badlands, the next one, is the comics and everything that's come after those like original two movies that had the same creators, same writers.
He's trying to world build.
What I'm saying, everybody else has worked on that outside of the creators has worked on that and built on Predator. Has done such a better job and made him such more compelling shit.
Yeah.
Like, I love Predator. That first movie is near perfect.
Yeah.
Near perfect. And Predator 2, I still think is enjoyable, but you're right. It's not as strong
Even
as...
the macho bullshit one-liners is perfect, man. It's just so...
I ain't got time to bleed.
It's so fucking... All these over fucking macho
Sexual
dipshits on the
Tyrannosaurus.
fucking screen. And you're like... Yeah, fuck yeah,
Fuck
dude.
you, Dylan.
Here's one thing real quick, though. First of all, hey, love me some Danny Glover, so don't mean to denigrate.
But Predators was fun.
Predator 2 is not terrible, but the biggest thing about Predator 2 was when they went into the ship, because that was the first time we saw a little more of the world building, and that was where they had the alien skull.
Yeah.
And that was when people started going, what about it, aliens versus predators? Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So, what...
I want to be clear.
So this guy knows that what is going to make Predator more fun is if you do more world building behind it. Like, okay.
Let's go to their planet. Let's explore them more because we've done so many of them coming to us. Let's go to them.
Instead of every single Predator looking like the one in the first one
or
the second one, how about if this dude's got a thing that's like a hydraulic fucking jack, and then this guy's got a...
Well, And then, but that's the thing that I thought was so interesting.
This guy's a pilot,
right? And that's what I thought that what makes him so good about this is he is not. And I don't want that to come off as those other movies are bad.
No, they're
the only arguably
take
bad,
them how you want them.
The only
I don't care for.
In my opinion, the only arguably bad one that is made like arguably bad ones would probably be Predator 2 and The Predator. I like Predators. The first one's great. Prey is amazing.
Oh yeah.
But you got to find ways to make them different and unique and have personality because you have to create characters that you have to have either subtitles at all times,
yes,
or they don't talk at all.
Yes. Or and here's the thing too is that the Foley of the Predator sounds is so fucking
shit.
Perfect,
it's
right?
so iconic. The clicks drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay. Now,
when
so
scanning
I go into this movie, and here's the thing: is action movies. Oh yeah. Yeah,
the fucking infrared.
The action movies, every action movie has got to do something different and new and exciting and kind of out there to reel you in because we've seen so many. Case in point, I'm watching this movie and you told me, of course, I know you're like, dude, this fucking rocks. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm expecting. I got
Friday.
pretty high expectations.
It came out Friday. I watched it that night and I texted you as soon as I saw it. I was like, this shit, like, I literally said, it's fucking awesome.
So I watched it, and I'm watching it, and the first part of it where it's like,
the Viking or the Shield,
the Vikings and stuff and whatnot, and I'm like, okay, and then they get to the, and then they get, and then they get to the, Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
The siege. Holy shit! The action sequences.
But
in
I'm
this
still
movie?
not sold, right? I'm still like, okay, this is cool.
Oh, you weren't sold on that
You know what sold me?
when she killed it.
No, the fucking tension of her being under the ice.
Oh my god!
And him being
walking
on top,
of it.
and then her figuring out that he can't see her
Yeah.
because it's ice.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that is how you fucking hook me. You give me a different sequence or whatever you want to call it. You give me a sequence that I've never seen or thought about. And the way she kills him is fucking dope as fuck, dude.
The fact that she uses it, like, and again, it's all
just chops himself.
The classic thing of using his tools against him and using his technology, like using it against the The only thing I will say is, I hope, because we kind of saw it in The Predator, I would like to see more like female predators.
Yeah,
because I feel like we see a lot of these like big, bulky. I want to see more like smaller, like
we did
more,
see like when they were dragging prisoners and stuff, like they were kind of smaller and
they've had female predators in the past. I want to see more of those featured in other movies.
Don't get me wrong,
but
the fucking part where she walks in by herself into the fucking courtyard and basically murders everybody in the courtyard with her shields is fucking dope as shit.
Her story is called The Shield. She literally just rips off 2 chunks out of wooden shields
and
uses them.
She put metal in them too.
Drinking game. Drink every time there's a decapitation.
Fuck.
And that siege sequence. Dude, I'm sitting there.
My favorite
I
was
watched it with my wife,
when
right?
she got the shield in the door, stuck in the door the other way, and she basically she just basically did a judo move, and he went right into it and and it was like, okay.
I expected it to be violent, but I did not expect this level of gore. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
It was pretty fucking dope, dude.
And
we haven't even gotten to the second part of it.
Well, that's even before the Predator shows up.
Right.
And
yeah.
Each scene has that moment of like these really crazy action sequences before the Predator even shows up.
Yeah.
And again, what this is doing and what this is attempting and pushing the franchise in the direction it needs to go. We've already touched on it with the Predator having the super Predator looking thing. Mm-hmm. That's what we kind of see in this story.
Yep.
But the fact that he doesn't have a hand and it's a sonic like blaster.
Yeah.
And like, oh, dude, and it's a chain, so he like wraps it and like that's how he gets killed.
Oh, the way she uses the anchor in the boat.
Yeah, man. Oh, so good. And I remember, I'm sitting there.
That's where she got the chain, by the way. It was the anchor.
I'm sitting there with Ashley. It's Friday night. Lights are off. I got like this like space projection in my house. Like I'm in the vibe. And I remember just sitting on the couch, and I think that's when I texted you. It was that first fight. I'm like, holy fuck. And then we get to the sword, which is like how, okay, because this whole movie with the anthology approach is so smart because it's like, let's continue to show Predator. Because people have been, like, ever since Prey came out, they're like, we need fucking a show of like just, or the next movies are just period pieces.
Sure.
So like, let's give them that, but be smart and add to the narrative.
So,
which is really cool.
So at the end of The Shield, it's revealed that she's like on a spaceship and she's got some sort of collar, and then they pan over to this other dude, and that's when I got a commercial. Thanks, Hulu. You fucks.
Me too. Hey, time out. In a situation like this, I don't mind the ad break because it's in the next story.
Sure,
fine.
But they did give me a commercial in the middle of the third one, which pissed me off.
I don't think that happened. I think I got in like each story.
So mad. The first 2 breaks were right at the end, and it was like, cool, thank you.
I watched it on Disney Plus, so maybe
I tried to, but it's part of my Hulu subscription.
Anyway,
fucking dicks. Anyway, the second one is just really cool. I don't really have anything to add about the second one.
What I loved about that one.
Really tragic and
well, they're all tragic too. Like her son dies.
The design of the fight with the Predator with all the tiles.
Yes, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Blew my fucking mind,
awesome.
dude. It was so hard. Like you felt like you were hallucinating at points. Okay. Like it was optical illusions almost.
I was watching it with Ashley, and that was my favorite thing about watching it because she's probably seen. I think she's seen every Predator movie too. So we both know the setup. We know they're like, okay. They're going to we have to show that they're a competent warrior, so the Predator knows when to strike, and he's like, that's the one I want to fight.
Yep.
And then we have to figure out how the hero can overcome their technology, then use their technology against them and kill the Predator. That's just the setup for all of it. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So, that's literally every Predator movie. But to see
but
and
these
that's
three,
and that's where the writing comes in when you had to be creative on how you do it, right? And
when we get to the third one, I'll talk about it then. But yeah, the second
sword
one,
fight in the second one, when he fucking they fight, when they finally jump off the roof into the thing and they fight and they both run across and just cut it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, so then he's revealed to be in the same thing where the Viking was. So now we all know they're all connected, and then they're like, "What about this guy?"
And can I just say, the third one was like a breath of fresh air.
Probably one of my favorite.
Because it was so unexpected. Yeah. It starts so off so innocuously. The first two start with these clear warriors who have spent their lives warring.
And this is the cunning hero. Yeah.
Right. But then this is a guy who is from Florida, and he wants to join
pilot.
He gets drafted, but he's mainly a mechanic, and he finally has to fly. And
his sequence is amazing.
Right? All the shit where he's on the fucking wing and oh my god.
Oh, when he's using the wrench to fly and he's got to repair and he goes, he's kicking the mine that's on the thing and get off my plane, and he kicks the little bomb off of it. No, but that's what I mean. We've never seen a Predator dogfight. And that's what I was like, oh my god, this was awesome.
When the one plane gets chopped or gets the net around it, and it just basically shreds everything but the main.
Because he kept saying the hooks in the sky, and you see how horrifying it is because it just ripped it.
Yeah, and what he I have to say awesome, all three of these did a great job of just saying look, we're gonna really play in this sandbox.
Yeah,
and come along.
It's animated, so they have a little bit more freedom to do what they want.
A lot cheaper. And then once we see all three of them and we've seen their stories, we realize that they're on the Predator planet.
So. The closest we've come to being on the Predator planet was Predators.
Okay.
Which
one was that?
That's the one with Adrian Brody and Danny Trejo and Topher Grace. It's when they're all on, and that's when we see there's a Predator civil war amongst different tribes.
Okay.
It's the one where the guy has the mask and it's the jawbone on the bottom of it. You know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, so is that on the planet?
If I showed it to you, you know what I'm talking about.
Is that the one on the planet?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
they're on the Predator planet?
I can't remember. I can't remember if it's undisclosed or not. But it's not on Earth, is what I understand.
Right, I know that.
Because they're dropped into it.
Yeah, I know that.
So anyway, this is the first time we really get to see the Predators on planet on screen, because I know that it's been in comic books, and there's a glimpse of what it would look like in Alien versus Predator. But this sequence was awesome. This whole setup and this whole last third act of the movie where we got all these characters together and where this is setting up where the franchise is going, and I think this is going to be real. I'm fucking in.
Yeah. Follows a group of proficient killers who have been abducted and placed on a planet that acts as a game preserve for two warring tribes of extraterrestrial predators.
So this was the first time we've been on the Predator planet then, this sequence. Which, dude, the design of the King Predator or the Emperor Predator with the fucking skull coattails going down his back. Oh.
Dope as fuck.
And
look, we see a lot of the hierarchy of the Predator, the society
of ancient Greece,
of a little bit, and you're wow, if you're the king of the Predators, you got to be a bad mother. You better have a big dick,
dude. And the fact that this is where we finally hear him talk, in this movie at least, because there were subtitles in the Predator. So they've had
the Predator.
That's the Shane Black one.
Oh yeah.
But this, I love the fact that it's just this warrior planet, and that they've gone through the fact that they continue to keep the ones that survive the fights frozen in cryostasis.
Yes,
is crazy, and this is just for fun. You find out they're going to other planets for fun too. It's just
they passed one, and it was a giant spider thing.
Yeah. And that is, dude, if we get a movie that's like Gladiator and it's just on the Predator planet, holy fuck.
Sign me the fuck up.
And I don't even know what the hell. So now the next movie is going to be Badlands. That's coming out in November.
Now,
that's going to be from the perspective of the Predator.
Okay, the game,
the
Killer of Killers, ends with a not quite a cliffhanger, but a
Tyler
little
and I
bit.
would both say for this movie,
I'll eat your ass.
we enjoyed it. We 1,000%.
So what's next? We have like 18 books to get through too. This is gonna be a long fucking episode.
Yeah, we're running along here. We could wrap it up with We Only Find Them When They're Dead, and then we could say Wonder Woman and for next week.
How about if we do Wonder Woman instead?
But just finish the book.
Which one?
We only found that I read both, but for time's sake, we could do the Wonder Woman because it's shorter. All right. Well, we made the decision because I forgot.
We made the decision.
We Only Find Them When They're Dead. So
It was
we'll do
like
that next week.
LeBron when he left Cleveland that first
It was
time.
betrayal.
Betrayal.
So I read
Of
that,
trust.
and I read Absolute Wonder Woman. So we will cover Absolute Wonder Woman because I'm holding it in my hands right now. So I'll be honest, it's been a while since I read this book, so it was kind of nice to have that one page just like, hey, in case you forgot. So yeah, we're post Hades trial. We now know that Diana is on Earth full time now, and she can only visit her mom once a year. So yeah, we see at the beginning she's kind of talking to some birds in Gateway City, and she's sending out a message to
Any Amazon that might find.
Yeah, she's trying to find other Amazons because she's not convinced she's the only.
No.
Amazon. Then we again. I think they got the original artist back, right?
Oh yeah.
The fucking paneling man, because that's the first of all the thing.
The paneling man, Hayden Thompson is the paneling man.
Close up on Wonder
Is it
Woman.
Hayden Thompson?
Yes. No, it's Hayden Sherman.
Well, I suck. Kelly Thompson.
Kelly Thompson.
Shit.
Is the writer.
Shit. Okay.
It was the close up on her face. I'm like, yep, I remember, because that's very particular look. And the fucking paneling, I love it so much that it's different symbols from her past and present and all that other goodness. And so then we get cut to a undisclosed location after she sends out the message, and we then get introduced to a new character that is previously a Wonder Woman character. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Dr. Poison.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me?
I don't know shit about
She was
Wonder
in
Woman,
the
man.
first Wonder Woman movie.
Dr. Poison?
Yes, the one with the fucked up mask. World War I. Her name
Man,
was
I
Dr.
don't-
Poison. She was a girl, and she had.
Oh, yeah, duh. Because that's how I remember now. I forgot she was in that movie. Fuck.
Yeah,
It's been
Dr.
a while.
Poison is cool as fuck in
Been a
this comic
while since I've seen that.
because they clearly know that
So, yeah,
she.
I want to point out we're not at Area 51. We're at Area 41.
Whatever.
That's so stupid.
But
I
she's
love it.
clearly got like a World War II era like suit, and she's stuck in a room. She can get out of the suit anytime she wants, but she can't get out of the room.
And she's only in this gaseous form.
Right. She only exists. So the suit is to help her do her experiments. And they say later on, they're like, well, we do have a one that would work better for her. And she's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't want her having any.
Yeah.
No.
She still treats her like shit. She's like,
Well, because she's dangerous as fuck.
Any progress from the
Clearly.
Vax team? Nothing yet. Maybe they thought they had something. Let me guess. But no. Well, yeah, terrific. If you ask me again, you should give Poison one of these new suits. You're not even going to have time to pack your desk. So she's like, no, not a fucking chance. Because, yeah, she's still a villain. You give her an inch, she's going to take a mile.
Mm-hmm.
So then we catch back up with Diana.
She's hanging out with her buddies.
She's hanging out with Barbara and Steve.
She's showing everybody her place, which is just a big area in the woods.
She summons it and she does some cool magic, and like the paneling is really cool. You know, like the progression.
Yeah.
of it. I love that. So it's called the Heron. Heron.
Let me see.
Hier.
Oh yeah, she basically builds a fucking
builds a bachelorette
Hall of
pad.
Justice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just from the
Which is
from
cool
the
as
ground
fuck.
up. Like that's really cool.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines is Barbara's talking about it. She's like, "What the fuck?" And then like later down, she's like, "Is it real? This was absolutely not here 5 minutes ago. This is insane," is what Barbara says. And then Steve goes, "This is knowing Diana." Like he's just like not even fucking phased. He's like, "I was in the underworld with her. This is normal. I saw her kill this fucking kaiju." And then so she hears the sound of the tetracide.
Yeah.
And that draws her back to the city.
Somebody's using it with electronic drones.
Back to Gateway City.
Yep.
And we find out, these little like robot spiders. Oh, dude.
Can I see the book?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, this particular scene, she takes a potion and she like becomes enlarged, like she gets like giant size to draw all the spiders to her to get the civilians saved from them, and like little things like that is like what I fucking love about this run, of like really leaning into the mythology and the magic and the mysticism behind the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like when she does shit where like she enlarges herself, it's just very fantasy style, and like drinking a potion to do it. It's very much like a video game, you know. I thought that was really cool. What'd you think, buddy, as you were looking through the book?
I thought it was really great. She uses the drones to find Dr. Poison, who has somehow escaped, and she's like, "You're gonna want to hear what I have to say." And she's like, "Are you sure? Because I'm about to kick your ass. I know where you can find an Amazon."
By the way, the sound from the Tetraside is played.
So that's the cliffhanger.
I forgot to mention that was played
by the drones.
Well, that was played earlier. With the flash drive when
they gave it to Dr.
When
Poison.
they gave it to Dr. Poison to figure out how to use it. She's like, I don't know how to do this.
How to weaponize it. I can't do this with my fucking gloves like
She's
this,
like, maybe
man.
give me a better fucking suit.
And they were like, no way, man.
So,
fuck you, Dr. Poison, man.
We will wrap up. We will
Finish it! Finish it!
When it comes to We Only Find Them When We're Dead next week.
So we
also have another book.
We might be book heavy next week.
Ooh, fuck. I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4. We already did the Flash. 5. Daredevil. And that's not even counting what I'm getting tomorrow.
Eagly and Peace, the Vigilante that I finished too.
That's what I said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jesus, man, that's a lot.
And I still haven't gotten to anything tomorrow, which is probably going to be Batman.
Well, we got it. Well, we might as well do the other one now then.
Which one?
We Only Find Them When They're Dead, because I don't know.
Why don't we do one of those? You haven't read them? It's okay.
I've read this. I have not read Daredevil.
It's fine. Listen.
I don't know if I want to keep reading Vigilante. I mean, like, I'll read it, but
what?
I don't have the mental capacity to talk about that right now.
Why?
Because we're gonna have so many books to read next week.
That's what I'm saying. We get rid of one now.
We're already an hour in. I'm just saying.
Have you read The Vigilante?
We Only Find Them When We're Dead. I could do it off memory. I'm sure I can find it. Ow.
So we find what is it? 80 years later. And what's his name? Jason.
Let me look. I'll find it. I'll find it.
What?
Find it.
Find what?
The book.
Oh no, I don't really want to do it. I thought you were going to do it from memory.
Oh,
I can do it from memory. I just read it.
Well, because the thing that I really want to talk about, the spoiler, I really want to talk about the ending. The ending to me is the most that I want to talk about, because there's some other stuff in there that's good and interesting, but for me, it's really all about the ending. And so the last book is mostly from the perspective of Theory 9, which is an android that is made from the heart of Malik.
And it's the first one that was made in the shape of a human.
The last trade they talked about, the main thing they were mining, yes, they were really trying to get the flesh for the meat and everything, but they were mostly
trying to get at Malik's memories.
Well, they want that, but yeah, they kept mining the hearts and stuff because of the AI.
They want to find the gods.
The untapped data.
They want to find where they're at.
So Theory is recreated from Malik's memories to...
It's just Terry.
It's an H, dude.
I know, but it's French.
Theory.
It's French.
Oh,
George.
Fuck you.
George Malik was his name, not
Fine,
George.
He's Terry now.
Not George as.
Terry?
I don't know if you said that.
Terry?
Terry 9.
Terry?
Terry 9.
Oh, fuck. Terry. All right, anyway. So Terry 9. Terry 9.
So he finds himself all of a sudden just kind of buffeted about and taken like on this trip, and
the
we
memories.
still we still see the memories of George, but we also see the
really quick. I want to say that's one of my favorite things about this book.
What?
Is how much it goes back to that first book, and how effectively it works as a trilogy, and how effectively it continues to keep going back to that first book.
We come to understand that there's a daughter of the guy who rules the town, or
and
who
the
rules the George Malik body,
yes.
whatever, the God Heart, whatever, Bristow, honor him Bristow, and his daughter's name is New Dawn, and we find out that she is actually on the side of the good guys. because she and then
There's a royal marriage.
There's a book that basically
her.
explains how, excuse me, she didn't want to have anything to do with her father.
Yeah.
And her name's actually Odessa, and she basically gets they get everything in place so that they can go.
She's the angel
to where they want
investor
to go
to keep
And they
funding the lab that builds Terry that would eventually, get them back.
which bankrupts a whole bunch of shit. But
Jason Hauer is like 100 plus at the beginning of the book because he's the one who patches all Malik's memories. So Terry, she was the one who funded all of this. So she's taking Terry to meet to where the gods are.
And they go.
And that's
and
how they
find
end the journey.
it.
And the whole way there, the ghosts, ghost AI talking to him were great. Like,
well, she can see the ghosts. Odessa can see the ghosts.
Yeah.
Because she's with, it's complicated. You got to read it to really fully understand it.
On to get to the main point.
Well,
but the main point, because the big point of it was,
it's interesting the way they describe it. I urge you to read all three. Yeah, because there's the way he.
Because I'm going to spoil it, and I want you to read it.
Yeah, we'll read it. Yeah.
So I want you to
Finish it! Finish it!
Sorry, that was so
I'm already
loud.
tired of that one.
All right, well, fuck you, man.
Don't we
Because
have any?
I'm wild, yeah!
Don't we have any Clarence fucking Boddicker? We don't, do we? We don't have any fucking Clarence fucking Boddicker.
What?
Anyway, so we finally get to where the
Do we have any Cohagen? Sorry. Just blew the mic.
Come on, Cohagen, you got what you want. Give these people air.
Not exactly.
That's what Malik was saying at the end of this book. Pretty much.
No, but they show up to where it is, and there's George Malik, and they're like, huh?
What? And then you see there's who was the one chasing him?
People who have died
But
earlier in
the one that chased him that was there
Sure.
when that god died. Because
So I can't remember her name.
But I'm saying
she's a blonde, and
Angela?
she had a gun. Sure.
But anyway,
She was a bad guy.
the point is, then you start to understand the whole motif throughout the whole story has been the year is this, the ship was this, of this many, of this crew, and then the year keeps getting whited out. Then you start to understand what he's been setting up this whole time is that we've been on this loop for the gods because George is still alive, but you saw him die a long time ago. He became a god, but he's here now. And we start to understand, and it's such a beautiful idea on religion of of what a god could be, of what gods mean to us and what worship is and what, and the idea of heroism and the idea of the fable. Because what I love about Al Ewing is he loves to play with fables and he loves to play with mythology.
Yeah.
And the idea of the whole twist of this book is that the gods were the humans the gods were humans the whole time.
Rubbing my neck.
The gods are humans that go to the lands of the gods.
Well, it goes back to what I've said all over and twice on Sunday and fucking ad nauseum and ad infinitum. Look, everybody out in the fucking world is going to a certain place on a certain day for a couple hours and calling themselves Christ-like or religious or whatever the fuck you want to say. What you fail to understand and what you don't want to understand is that God is in each one of us. And if we listen to the God inside each of us, our world would be so much better. But because we think God is outside of us and unattainable, that is where we just fuck society up. So,
and the fact that
I love the message of this book, which is God, we are all godly.
And we're meant to, and when we cross over into death, which is going into that other world for these gods.
Yeah.
They've
always been there. They've always been here.
It's
a loop.
It's always mattered, and it's always served a greater purpose. And I love that message. And this book was it moved. I don't think I ended up crying by it, but I was just very moved by the end of it.
Yeah, it was pretty.
It's such a neat idea of the loop was always going to be that the gods will come through and pass through on a cycle.
Yeah.
Just like Ragnarok. And classic myth, and it's God, man, that's good shit, brother. That is good shit.
It's pretty good.
We love that book. Go read it.
Yeah.
It's 15 issues. Also, you got to read it in trades. I don't know how anybody read that monthly because that would have been fucking brutal. Just because there's so much shit that's going on,
dude. Well, okay. Think about like Andor season 2, how they were like blocks of 3 episodes at a time,
That's
right?
what each issue felt like. Yeah.
Each book, and there's 3 books, which is 5 issues apiece, so 15 total issues. And yes, if you were reading that like issue 1 and then waiting for a month for 2 and then 3, you know, I could barely make it. I can barely make it between the books. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I want to see what happens next. And then when I found out that the second book was like 80 years in the future, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because it's not really clear in the first one that it's going to do a time jump.
Yeah, you think the way that it's set up is you'd think that it would keep going.
Yeah.
To what with him actually.
I assumed that book 2 would be like, okay, well, George is back as a god, and now what?
Yeah,
like, no, this is 80 years later, and they've been harvesting him, and like, holy shit.
He's been dead already. He's been a god and died at this point. Like, what?
So, in conclusion,
It's a great book.
Pico to go fuck yourself. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.